Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources. I was gonna start this video broke, but had a little hiccup with hitting this button and to start the recording, and apparently my export train is already at the stations because I've got a bunch of money now. So I'm rebuilding this like I said I would to try to get it to where I can have one train deliver everything we need. And this is what I've come up with. There's a warehouse here and a warehouse here. They're both going to be chemicals exclusive. Train will come in, deliver chemicals at the train cargo station here. The cool part about the way this is hooked up right now is that if I want to, if this fills up, we can export the UF6. And this is worth just under 20 grand per container. So I can just load up on this later if I want to, because this is full. Also, we're gonna hook this up to where we can grab the nuclear fuel and get like any extra nuclear fuel and get it over into a storage area too. I gotta be careful with that though, and I'm not entirely sure I can do it, so I have to look at it. But the hope is that if we produce excess fuel, we can ship it out. And the problem with putting a storage area on this side, and I was thinking about using a forklift and everything, is that once it's over here, it cannot be accessed by the plant. So I'm not entirely sure if that's going to happen, but the power plant right now has 0.2 tons in waste, so we need to kind of maybe look at that in a second. And then nuclear fuel is climbing as well, so we're going to get to the 3 tons of nuclear fuel. And again, we're only using 0.08 tons of it per day on maximum load. So I'm going to let them build this, but referring to maximum load, I've added some lines. So this is a split, of course, moves that direction to export to NATO. We've also got these 2 sets of lines. And these 2 sets of lines, well, they go down a ways. They go all the way down here. By the way, our trench, this is the reason why I was broke, and I was going to start the video broke, but now I'm not. Our trench is almost done. Our canal, our whatever you want to call it, it's there. It's almost there to the outside world. But these lines, they cross over it, and then they go all the way over here, and then they split. This one goes to a new export source. We haven't recently been connected to this, but we're selling 18 megawatts to that grid, and you can see we're slammed. Like, it's maxed out all the time, slammed right to the end. And then over here, this one deviates and heads this direction. Now, the interesting thing about this is because of how circuit breakers work, and I'm going to break this down for you because we've done some research on this. We've done some debating back and forth, and I wanted to share this with you. The circuit breakers on... Okay, let me start from the beginning. When I was talking about power and the different power outputs that energy, that the power plants can do, we took a look at megawatt hours and megawatts. These are 2 different measurements. One one refers to the amount of power that's now, and one refers to the amount of energy that is generated over a period of time. There's a problem with our math, though. And that math has to do with how the game is coded. For simplicity in coding, a workday is on a base of 60. It works as 60 seconds. So 60 seconds in real time is 1 workday. And everything is based on that, not on a 24-hour day. So when you're looking at these power plants and you're trying to figure out how many megawatts these power plants can produce, you need to consider it on a base of 60 to divide it by, not 24. And that changes everything, because the circuit breaker on these becomes the most valuable number in calculating what you can handle. So in this case, the gas power plant can handle 17 megawatts. That is the circuit breaker for this. It won't produce any more than that. That's just the way it is. So if I go to here, it's 17.8 is basically where this is. So it's not going to be permitted to go to 18. It doesn't show decimals here. It's weird. It's like it's the circuit breaker is just a solid number. It's rounding it or something. All of these are solid numbers. So it's basically 18 is your circuit breaker on this. It doesn't matter that I have 2 18 megawatt lines. They're each getting some, but the whole thing is getting 18. That's how I understand it right now. So on that note, if this is producing a maximum of 18, no more ever, our solar panels, our solar output is locked and will never exceed, I think it's 9.3. 9.3. So we're only going to get 9.3. Now, we don't really see any circuit breaker on the wind plants, but we can see their maximum production in a megawatt hour of power per day, which equals like 0.4 megawatts or something per. It's something really super small. Like, it really isn't hardly worth looking at. It's like 0.14, 0.014. It's weird. Anyway, 0.14. Regardless, so with power, the circuit breaker is really the only number that matters, is where I'm getting at with this. So on that note, this single line coming off of, I'm going to pause it really quick because I think my trains are messed up. The single line that's coming off of this power plant, you can see how one of them are red. That means we're maxing it out. We're sending a full 18. But the twin reactor, the circuit breaker is 156. As opposed to the single reactor, which is 78. And that makes a huge difference, right? So this is maxed out line. That's why it's red, because we're sending 18 on it. It can't handle any more. This is not getting anything. But if I go ahead and I hook this up to the main grid, which is what I'm about to do right now, this is going to reciprocate throughout the entirety of the world, and I'm going to send 18 over this line, which is not a big deal, because the entirety of that plant was already doing 18. So effectively, this one line is going to, the output from this one line is going to replace that entire plant right there. So we're just going to take and go like this. We're going to grab a high voltage switch, which I can just put, I think, like right about here, it's fine. I want to get a little bit closer to the fire department, but sure. Hi, can you just, yeah, like that. Thanks. And then we're going to go like this, which is not needed, but whatever. We have the money. Let's just do it. And I don't know if that's right, actually. It's, yeah. Let's go like this. Okay. And go. Another 111 grand. And we're going to send that power through here, and that's all going to get connected. Now we're going to need to go to our power plant. And if I'm correct, I should be able to do this. Now, there's going to be some little ones, like these ones that are directly connected here. We're going to have to redo those or find another purpose for those, right? But if I'm correct, our grid will not be broken after we hook all of these things up and like connect them together again, right? So I think I should be able, trying to figure out exactly, is it this one? To figure out how my grid was. I'm not seeing it. Oh, wait, this isn't built. Okay, hang on. Build this. Whoops. There. Can I see it? Okay, boom. 18 is being sent to here, okay? Now we can see the output here is 19. It's gonna calm down, I think. That's interesting that it's showing 19. The only thing I think of is that something is sending it from this side. Maybe the solar is sending it from this side and it's over that a limit there, but like we're sending, you can see the red, it's everywhere. So if I come over here, some of these are going to be broken, but effectively this power plant is disconnected right now. There's only a couple of things still connected to it, and we're going to disconnect those right now, and we're going to redo our power grid that way. But effectively this is off, and if I disconnect it from any type of oil just so it can't draw anymore, like we're going to destroy this anyway, and it's not connected to anything. So I need to go through my grid now. You can see these things are offline. A couple of things over here are offline. All of this is temporarily offline, but I think it's going to come back online if I let the time go. Yeah, so we're a little bit of a rolling blackout here. I'm going to take a look at my power today. That's what we're doing. We're going to make sure that the whole place is connected to the nuclear power instead of to the gas. So I'm looking at all of these. I'm seeing a few wires here that are completely grayed out. That means they're not connected. And most likely what I should do here is take a look at getting another power transformer. I probably should really just reimagine the position of all of these things and just rebuild them. I've got $1 million. That's more than enough to do this. I'm going to do that really quick. Is it messy? Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's not messy. But it's all hooked up and ready. So we'll walk you through it really quick. And then honestly, this area sucks and will probably be changed when we start evolving some industry in this area later. So basically, all these wires just come in, these cables just come in, and they replace this power plant entirely. Look, it's gone. It's not even there anymore. It's great. And then actually, there's going to be some houses here that are probably like, dude, I don't have a job. Unless, of course, they just default to something else. It looks like they kind of do. So, again, that intake just completely replaces that entire plant, right? So then the power comes over here, connects, though everything is connected just the way it was before, okay? Comes this way, no big deal. Output is minimal, like basically nothing. We'll address that later because all the power is being sent this way. And it comes all the way over here, and it hooks up over here just like it always did. All this stuff is all connected, although I'm seeing a blackout right now and I have no idea why. What? Wait, what? How is this a thing? Building is without a power supply. Okay. I clearly clicked a button. I did a thing, clicked a button somewhere and disconnected it. I don't know where, but I did at some point. All the power comes through here. I hooked it up to a separate transformer because I needed an additional place for more wires. I hate how messy this is. Power cable wires and stuff everywhere. Oh, God, I hate it. Can we have a mod or something that just, I don't know, man, just run power through the roads? I don't know. Something like that would be amazing. Because this power cables are just stupid. I hate them so much. It's coming through over here, and you know what? This is connected. It's just really, really low, the wires, but they're there. I'm wondering if we actually don't have anybody working at the nuclear plant. No, that can't be it. I don't know. I don't know why that is. This is all red. It should be red over here. Yep. And then we've got it actually connected now. 18.8. It runs into here. We've got this now connected to Kalash as well. And these high voltage lines come in like this, and they come into this area now and connect up to this grid. So all of this is now hooked up to the nuclear system as well. And that should be the end of it. But we're still having rolling blackouts, which is very odd. So what I might do, since this is all green, I might take one of these. I really don't like this transformer. I really don't. I might take this, maybe put another switch here, and then run this line over in this side, put in another transformer right here, and then run extra lines into here to help offset it. So we'll come in. I don't know why I would have to. All I've done is taken out the gas and just inserted nuclear in its spot. That's really the only thing I did here. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it. This is looking like it's underpowered for some reason. This 215 connected buildings. So I mean, 65 if it's hooked up to others, right? Which is the assumption, but I'm really struggling to understand why none of this stuff is powered, despite me sending tons of power to it. None of these lines are grayed out, right? Like they're all... I think the only thing I can think of is electric trains, but like it was all online before disconnecting. I reconnect it with a more powerful source and it's now disabled. So let me put in another... Maybe if I slap another one of these right in the middle, just to kind of help out the load, right? Can I put this in here or no? How about here? Okay, we'll put it in right here. And then we'll, I guess, take this line out to here and then connect it out this way. And then I want to hook it up to that. So what I could do, I guess, is put in a transformer right here in this area. And then we'll run another high voltage switch from here. So we'll switch this like so. And this runs like that and like this. I'm wondering if it's just like one of those things where it takes a while to populate. But I don't think so. We're gonna send, let's say, up to 10 this way. Nah, we'll send up to 8 this way. And this will kind of go along the water line a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then it will come all the way over here and hook up there. That's 8 to this point, and then all I need to do is send the 2 to give it as much juice as I can, I guess. Look at this one being all disconnected. No, wait. No, it is. It's totally disconnected. Why is this not powered? All right, hang on. I don't know what's going on with this. Now I'm freaking out. I'm like, hey man, you're failing. All right, you're you know, you're trying to show everybody that you know how to play this game. What happened? All the way through and connect. I'm gonna put you here. Can I have I want another I mean, I gotta put more substations and stuff over here anyway. So I guess I'll put another one right here. And then can you just, come on. Really? You were green until I hit. So this was green. I hit control so that I could have a different road. There it goes. So like there's like a perfect spot for it. And we're gonna take the maximum lines, and that's just because I want this thing to be able to have as much power as possible. Oh, you're gonna take away the trees, aren't you? Lame. No wonder I have certain parts where I don't have any trees. I was like, how come I planted trees here? What the heck happened? Probably ran electrical. That's probably what happened. I'm gonna put another one right there. We're gonna bring this line over. I mean, it's gotta be a thing where the game is just calculating, right? I'd like to believe that. I'd like to believe it's not me, but it's probably me. I just don't know why. I wish I could tell. All right, substation's in. Can I see the light? Dude, you gotta be kidding me right now. There's just no way. No, there's just no way. I don't know what this is. This is like reboot the game and let it load. I think I'm gonna do that. This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I thought. You stupid game. All right, so yeah. It's fine. I am noticing though that these lines are a bit stressed, right? This little, you know, these are yellow. You know, they're fine though. Everything is just flowing. That's good. So I don't even know if this was necessary, but hey, we got insurance now, okay? And really messy lines everywhere, insurance. That's what we have. But this is all powered. Everything is fine. Everything is fine now. Okay, so now we need to look at. I really want to look at logistics. I want to look at, not necessarily logistics. Let's call it. I want to look at colony or our town specific supply chains. Okay, I want to do that, and I'm going to do that, but I really need to make sure power is good. And then I also really want to get chemicals running. And you can see how we're getting very close to chemicals. I mean, I guess it's not very close, but we're getting closer to chemicals working. I had a fire at this here, and I rebuilt it. And I also had a fire at this warehouse, and I rebuilt that too. Fire station is going in. It's just like not done yet. And even if it was done, nobody would be working there anyway. So whatever, I guess. Now I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going to pause really quick because I'm at $0. I want to see, the output is 18. Can we output? Yeah, so we should be outputting a lot here too. We are. 15 of it is being output. So what in the, wait, 15 of it is being output? Are you kidding me? Off this line? 15? So we have 18 heading on this line, and you're telling me that 15 and a half or so of it is getting output? Like as an export? Are we even using power? Like, what is this? I don't know, man. I can tell you right now, though, I definitely do not need this. Nope. No, I don't. And I want extra fields. I want more crops. I want to get a bigger agriculture system going through here. So, where am I going to hook it up at, though? I have to rehook this up. Well, I've got the switch right here. This comes in, and that's connected to the global grid. So, to ourselves anyway. It's connected to ourselves. So, I can just use this. Yeah, this high voltage line right here. We make another. I mean, we already got one right here. Oh, this will work. Ooh, where are you going? I gotta figure out all these systems. I'm gonna do this part offline. I'm not gonna disconnect it yet, but the solar is gonna leave. The solar is gonna go. So let's come back over to this area. So I want to get sorted out here. So we have this switch is 18.7, I guess. We know that these are all going 18, and we have so many outputs left too. That's the thing. Like, we're not even close to maxing this out. These are all high voltage outs. We can put 18s on these if we want to. But look, we can see this. This is the number that matters. Nothing else matters, right? So 56, 55 and a half-ish, right? That's kind of what we're hovering around right now. And again, the circuit breaker for this power plant is 156. So we can increase by 300%. And we'll be maxed out, right? So we have capacity for a lot more stuff. The entirety of our whole system is going to be connected to just this, and that means the solar is going to go. So reasonably, let's add 9 to this, right? And we can output more. All we have to do is invest the money in connecting it up with other parts of the grid. So over here is the Soviet Union. Is this? Yeah, this is still Soviet. And we have power right here, right? So if I wanted to get even more power output with rubles, or in this case, I'm just going to use resources. But if I wanted to do even more with this, right, I would just take this line. And I guess I would cut through this whole noise. Shortest path. Well, yeah, shortest is in a straight line, right? So where in the world? It's that way, yeah. So I would want to go through here. I don't really want to go above. Let's go here. I don't want to go over that mountain. So we'd go there, and then we would go this direction, right? And then we would cross over top of the river. And then we would go this way, cross here, find a nice spot to go across the river here. I guess this is probably going to be fine. So we put that on there, right? And then we could cross the river, that's a big jump. It does let me do it though. And then, again, we just bring this over here. On this side of the silo is probably fine. And then we bring this all the way over like that. And then we hook it up from here, right? That's 1.4 million. And we just say we want to... No! Not with... Oh. No, I can stop it. I think I can stop it. I think. This highlights the whole thing, right? Yeah. Stop. Build with resources. Thanks. But once that's built, we output to a new place, right? So that's pretty good. And that's how you get more money, right? That's how you can get more money out of your nuclear facility. You just connect it everywhere you can. You can only do 18 megawatts per connection. But if you can get it, then you can get it. And we are nowhere near capacity. Once we activate all this stuff, we might be. Maybe. I've set up some transformers here on the side. So we got 1, 2, 3 transformers. And I think those 3 will be enough. I'm hoping. This is an 18 line. Of course, it's green. We have lots of capacity. So I'm going to say, because I got switches set up for it already, we should probably run We're not going to need 14s and all that stuff. So, like, I think we run 8s. Let's run an 8 to here, an 8 to here, and an 8 to here. And we could probably just pay for those. So that will... Ooh, all right, okay, good. I'm like, settle down, there's nothing being drawn. Okay, so we've got 8 megawatts in each of these lines right now. And there are several substations spread throughout this that just kind of... I just kind of paid for. So there's a substation here, for example, another one right there, another one right there. And I can see those easier if I go to the medium voltage wire. It'll be these little triangle symbols, right? So I can just kind of go in and say, okay, I want to do, you know, this wire goes to over here and then to there. And this one goes up just right alongside it is fine. And right alongside it is fine, and then to there, right? You can build those. So now this area will have power eventually, right? All of these things will be green once they have it. We have some other ones like this one here, for example. I can connect that up. We'll just kind of go maybe to that side of it. And so I'll just keep doing that, right, throughout this whole area until it's all powered up. And what I would like to do is I would like to get my gravel train started and bringing it into these storages. And to do that, I have to have power to the unloading aggregate as well as power to the engines. I don't think it's required that I have power directly in the storage area. I think it's just the engines, but regardless, they're close enough. We should be able to do it. Not a problem. So let's grab one more medium voltage. You can see it over here. Let's just, maybe I'll pull it this way. And you can also see the parts where they're building the pipes underneath the ground. So that stuff's still being done too. That's expensive. I don't want to go across that way. I would actually not like to do this. I'd like to go this direction with it. And let's go along this line. I'm spreading out the load too. So it's like I don't want every... This is the reason why I have so many of these substations. No. Well, yeah, substations. I have so many of them to spread out the load, right? I said it right. So there's going to be some that are like very close together is where I'm getting at. Some of these are just, you know, they're hanging out with each other so they can share the load. And I'm hoping... Oh, yeah, I got to unpause it. That's a requirement. There we go. And then there's another one in here somewhere. I may not have built it. There. Yahonic. What is this? What is the name of this thing? I don't know. There's a couple in here, so we'll get these hooked up too. Go in. I'm using the 2.35s just because I can. But I don't know if I don't think we need that much wattage. Mega wattage. That much mega wattage. What is this? Power Rangers? You'd never seen mega wattage like this. All the way this way, and we're gonna hook it up to the other transformer. I want it hooked up to this one. So I've got to figure out a way to get that in there. Let's bring you this direction. I would like to get to the roads and go alongside the road as quickly as possible with these, because it looks cleaner, in my opinion. And it also is less likely to be in the way when it comes time to maybe add a building there if I want to. So I want to get right up on the road as fast as I can. And then we'll kind of keep the wires together as much as possible. Okay, build them. And show me power. Okay, so power on the engines, power on the storage, power here, power on the engines, power on the storage. Fantastic. Okay, so that's all we needed. So now I'm going to go over to my big O thing. Let's get rid of this overlay. Now I have money. Thanks. So we're going to go over to this. This is our big one, right? Our big gravel train. And this one, your stop, should you choose to accept it, is here. You will load gravel, right? And then you will come over here, all the way over here. This is the long train. So we're about to see the long train in action. and you will unload gravel and you will wait till you are unloaded. Ready, set, go. And we have got to see the longest train. I think this is the longest train possible as well, because it has, I think, 32 cars. I think that's how much I have. Yeah, something like that. So it's a long one, and it's going in a very special place. Take that sentence out of context. Now this train, from where it is not going to be able to easily get in here because this track only really comes from one direction. So I can help that a little bit. It almost never be used, right? Where the heck is it? Right here. This path will almost never be used, but I can help that a little bit just by, well, I thought I could anyway. Can I go and wrap around right here? There we go. I can just wrap this around like this, which again, it's probably never going to be used again, but whatever. 47 grand on something like that. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that this train uses the correct path, right? Because the other one's using the left side. So we're going to come over here and we're going to say that we need to do this before this, really. Yeah, I need this to be before this. So I can delete the line. If I delete this, I can't delete the stop. So here's what I have to do then. We're going to have this be the first stop, quote unquote. Then you're going to go to the waypoint. We're going to make a waypoint first. We just don't see one. So waypoint, right? And then you're going to be going to this one. So this is your first stop. That's the aggregate unload. That's way over there by chemicals. Your next stop will be this waypoint. And then you will come over here and you will load the gravel. Okay? And then we can take care and get rid of this one. We can get rid of this endpoint. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of you, and then this is the waypoint you're going to now. Okay. Good. So this is going to have to wait a little bit because of where it's coming from. It didn't know that otherwise it could have went this way and it would have been fine. But now we're going to have to wait for this long. And you see what I mean by why you wouldn't want this one going through the same areas as our previous trains. Because of how long it is, right? It's going to be disruptive, right? Coming through here is not what I want for this train. But it's what we're going to have. And it's going to be in here for a bit because it's going to stop here and wait for that train to leave. Okay, it's green. Good. Let's speed this up. It's almost winter. All of our crops are harvested, it looks like, which means our grain silos should be all full, at least close to it. Yep. Look at this thing go. That's so cool. And then it whips itself around. Now it's going to stay. Oh, see? Now it's stopping. I'm not sure why, though. But see how it disrupts the whole thing? It's just blocking everything. It's almost blocking this way, too. All right, so we need to figure out why you're stopping. Probably what it is when I added the waypoint, it messed with things. That's the only thing I could think of. So I'm just going to add another couple of signals. We're just going to go in a couple of two-way signals right here. And what I'm hoping is that allows this to go. And it looks like those two signals are red. No, this one's green. The other one is red probably because that other train is in there. But yeah, the other train is in there. The oil train is in there, right? But they have their own dedicated tracks. They will never interfere with each other because they have their exclusive tracks. This train will never be on this side, right? That train will never be on this side. This one did not get any payload this time around because reasons. Wait, are you out of... You don't have a power supply. Can I turn you around? Let's go back. Which you can easily do because you're on your own track. Yeah. Let's give this thing power. I'm not sure why I missed that. Should be think should be out on this. Yep, right there. I really don't need the 235s, but I'm going to do it anyway because why not? That's the only reason. All the way back this side. To be honest, we have the 235 heading this way already, and it has a switch, and they're not exhausting this whole supply already. So I'm going to add this substation here. I'm going to add a switch right here. Like this. You can go ahead and go like that. You can go like this. Hey, cooperate. Thanks. And then I could just put like a 1-2 or something here. It doesn't matter. Go. And then hopefully this thing is powered when the train arrives. Yep, it's powered. Train comes back. And I'm hoping to see you load up a full load of gravel. Come on now. There it is. So we're feeding gravel from both storages to fill one train. And then this serves as an overflow for these two, but also it serves, you know, for the helicopters and building and all that stuff. But these two are huge supplies for this. Now, I realize the train is going to take the gravel faster than we can produce it in this one spot. I know that, which is why we're going to set up another place for gravel to happen right here. So I'm going to look at I'm going to say for this area, we're going to probably delete these power. That has to be done, and I'll just do it now. This episode is brought to you by the delete key. It's pretty much what's happening. We'll go ahead and connect it there. 81,000 more to rebuild those. And now I want to take a look at this. So we need an aggregate load, and we need this to be connected to that aggregate load. So we're going to need an engine to come across this. Most likely, that's going to require me to tear all this stuff down. But just to be sure, let's see if this thing wants to connect anywhere. Anywhere at all on this side. Yeah, no chance. Okay, so we're going to need to take this down. So I'm going to remove this, remove these two things, back that up. The rail line's got to be backed up a little bit. That's probably... yeah, let's go about there with it. We'll see. Okay, so engine transfer is going to go around here, and we're going to put it about like this in hopes that I can get the road underneath that first part and the rail underneath the second part. So let's see what happens. Can I get the road underneath there? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay. Doesn't look as clean as it used to, but whatever. Actually, I'm going to upgrade that road. And I can upgrade this road too. And by doing that, I kind of removed the need to even have the walking path. It's kind of not necessary anymore. But we'll get rid of it there. I guess we can go in like that. Hey, can you build this? Like, what's the deal? Go, hurry up. We got trains that are going to complain that they can't reach the destination. Okay, now the rail can totally go under here, but remember, this is a very long train. I don't want it to disrupt this whole thing. So I'm going to have 3 tracks through here. And how we're going to do this, I find the easiest way to do this is to have a merger followed by another split. So in other words, this is going to deviate from here. And we're going to have its own dedicated track that runs that way. I'm going to need to put near snap on these. So let's go like... let's run this side first just to make sure we can get it through there. All right, like, come on, there. And then this is near snapped. Woo, very close. I don't know if that, well, it's very close, but it works. These 3 tracks, they're next to each other now, okay? They get a little bit tight here, but it doesn't have to look pretty. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. If I was to, for example, just take this back a little bit and then follow along the journey, it would look cleaner, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. This is our dedicated track for gravel. So again, the gravel train stops in places the other trains do not. And to be honest, I still don't think that's long enough. Nope. I still don't think it's long enough. Bring this back. We're going to go like that, and then we're going to have this merge in there. And then we're going to have you merge in like that. So this gives us the return trip right on this, on the right side. But it also allows the left side to merge in real quick and do its thing. Okay? So we're going to build that with rubles to make sure it happens. And then we're going to need the unload. And I think I want to do it. Let's do this on. It's in the train section, isn't it? It's a load, not an unload. So it's this side. Okay. It's gonna have to be over here. So we're gonna place it like this. It could be closer, but ideally, I think it would be kind of cool to put it right here on this. But then it defeats the purpose of that whole track there. So we're gonna have to put it over here like this. Let's stick it here, like this. Okay. So yours is going to go that way. You are going to go that way. And then you are going to deviate once you're here. You're going to deviate like this. That is where you are going to unload. You're going to load up on gravel at this point. Let's go ahead and build this. And we're just going to pay for these things to get them in. So on the next side, or over here, we're going to take and have the engine come this direction, and it's going to come all the way over as far as it can like this. I don't want to get in the way of that road connection, so we're just going to put it right about here. No, we're not. Why would we do that? Yeah, we're going to do storage. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do storage. So storage right alongside the rail. Maybe not that close to the rail. How about one here? I want 2 storages, though. I need to be a little bit further away from the rail just so the road will accept it. So about here, and the other one can be over here, I guess. This episode, once again, brought to you by the delete key. I think if you'll connect to that one, why don't you connect to the other one? This is really tight. I mean, I'll do it, but I won't be able to get the engine in place. I need to get the engine in there so that this can do its thing. So it needs to be at least like this. Like this. If I'm doing that, then this large storage can't fit here, right? Nope. You, goodbye. Out of my way. Yep. So we're gonna go right about like this. It's a little messy, but it's all in the name of progress. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's hook up the power once more. So ugly. Doesn't everybody love how ugly this is? I think it's disgusting. Disgusting and beautiful at the same time, man. That's not how that goes. No, it certainly isn't. And we're going to go like this. And straight to the road. There it is. Good. That means you guys get road connections. You're welcome. And you can go straight across. You certainly can, which means you can too. Of course you can. Build it. All right, so the only things we can't pay for at the moment until we get another output or another export, I guess, would be the conveyor belts and stuff, which is it's all right. You can get it, you know. I can wait. It's fine. That's an interesting little curvy road. I like it. I don't. You know me. I'm not really one for symmetry. Let's do this one. We can pay for this one, and then I think we have enough money for cash-wise to at least pay for one of these conveyor belts. Yeah. All right, now we're really hurting for funds. But the gravel train is going to now be able to pull in here, get gravel from this source too. So the gravel train's route will basically be stop here, unload gravel. Stop here, unload gravel. Stop there, unload gravel. Stop here, unload gravel. You get it? It'll do it from both sources, an alternating means, and then once all of these are full and the chemicals and stuff are just using them all the time, the train is going to sit here until it is unloaded. So that gives the other sources even more time to accumulate their gravel, and it won't even matter at that point. So once we have the initial, whoa, it's here. Oh boy. Once we have the initial load and everything is all loaded up and fine, at that point, again, it doesn't really matter which source we're getting it from. So we're going to, of course, unload this evenly amongst all sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? All these are getting their own... They're getting their own supply, so everyone gets it equally. And then again, once we have them full and all the chemicals and stuff are using them, this train will just sit here. And you can see how it's just way out there, right? So I guess I was didn't really estimate it as well as I could have. But this is the length of the train. Now that I can see the length of the train, I know that I can have a road go right through here. And that's going to take care of that. Well, at least it would have if I had, if I didn't spend all my cash already. But that's where the road can be. So now I know. And then the other train that's going to bring us crops, that train is going to be not quite as long. It doesn't need to be as long. It'll have a bunch of boxcars on it. And most likely it gets 100% of its source of crops will come from this area right here. So there's another agro farm coming in here. There's a lot of different grain silos, and those silos are all feeding into a train cargo yard here that will load up a train and bring that crop directly into here and load them into here. And then again, it's wait until loaded. I think it's going to be wait till loaded here. It'll be both. It'll probably be both. Wait till loaded, wait till unloaded is probably what we'll do. But yeah. So that's going to be our source of crops through here. Look at all the pipes being built underneath the ground. There's a lot of it, man. There's so much of it. And it's winter, and I'm going to let it run now because I've taken care of gravel, right? In a time where it doesn't matter. We're going to let this stuff build up, and this storage is going to be full before any of this stuff even starts. The fire department in this area is not built yet. We need to start getting people in here. I might put a bus depot in here too. We have a building on fire, and it's totally covered. Fire truck is headed there. Yep. This area should be covered really well with fire. This is the, well, not with snowy roads necessarily. I mean, it should be, though. It really should be really well covered because it has a lot of fire departments nearby. And then also some helicopters. So we should see this no problem. It does take a while to get there, though, with snowy roads. I will say that at least. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the like button. You can subscribe and all that stuff if you haven't already. I want to get chemicals going, and then I'm going to focus on tourism. Maybe I could just do tourism now. I mean, it's kind of a passive thing. Tell you what, next video, we're going to look at planes, okay? Planes, tourism, all that stuff. Next video, come on by. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.